Hey everyone, this is Player 1.
And this is Player 2.
And today I'm coming to you with my Wii U collection. And it's not too exciting in the sense that it's not a huge collection. It's kind of a modest collection, but I think I have a lot of the cool games that you can find on the Wii U.
You definitely have more games than I do on the Wii U, because it's kind of hard to collect for the Wii U, because some of the games are still expensive, and some of the games are hard to find because a lot of retailers like GameStop and Best Buy barely have any Wii U games left. So it's kind of hard to find them.
Yeah, and for me, a little quick story, and this is why I kind of wanted to start with the console. This is the console version that I have. I didn't put up the controller because whatever, but that's the console version I have. And I actually got it on Black Friday. Do you remember when it was? A couple years ago?
I don't remember.
I think 2 or 3 years ago when they had the special. It was $250 for the 32 gig.
Oh, you mean the one that came with Splatoon?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's the one that comes with Splatoon and Super Smash Bros. Pre-installed. So I actually don't have physical copies of both of those games, or either of those games, because they come pre-installed, which I don't love. Obviously, I'd rather have the physical version. That's alright. As far as the console is concerned, I got into it late. I think I've played one Splatoon match online, or 1 or 2, and that's pretty much it for the most part. I really haven't played it too much.
I'm not a huge fan of Splatoon, to tell you the truth. I've played it once or twice, and really I wasn't too much of a big fan.
I thought it was a cool idea. Yeah, I might. It's a game that I'd like to get on the Switch just because I didn't play it at all on the Wii U. But it's not something I think I would pay $60 for sure.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we could get started. Getting started. One of the, I think the rarest, if I'm not mistaken, Wii U game, Bayonetta 2. And what makes it rare is not so much the game, but the fact that this includes. If I can squeeze this. This includes the disc from the Bayonetta 1 and obviously the Bayonetta 2 disc. This has become kind of hard to find. They did a reprint of it with just part 2, but a lot of people like me, obviously, and I'm sure like many of you out there, want the first Bayonetta. And so if you didn't get a hold of it, it's kind of hard to find now.
It is, and it goes for a lot on eBay, so it is hard to find. And I haven't been able to find the one with Bayonetta 1 because I always wanted to play it on the Wii U, but it is hard to find. It just didn't happen. Maybe I'll get it someday.
What did you play on, the 360?
I played it on the 360.
Oh,
so
okay, cool.
It's old, but it's still good.
Yeah, it is. It's a great game. It's kind of Platinum's back when they were doing great games. They kind of, in my opinion, went down in quality for a while until this recent Nier, which apparently has been people have liked. All right, so the next couple games I got up here are Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze, and Epic Mickey 2: The Power of 2. This Donkey Kong Country is awesome. I played a little bit of it just to try it out when I first bought it, and it's just so cool. There's so much going on all around you. It feels like a good Donkey Kong game.
It does. It is a great successor to the original Donkey Kong Country, but it is very cool because I love how the game switches angles. Sometimes it looks like it's playing in 3D and at the same time being a platformer. So it's very cool. I love the parts where you're riding on the, of course everybody loves it, where you're riding on the actual coal
like the mining cart?
Yeah, the mining cart.
Yeah.
And then you shoot up into a barrel and it shoots you in 3D.
It's just crazy how they have like, it's a 2D platformer, but it really is like, it's expanded. You jump into the foreground, the background, and there's just, it feels like so many scripted events. It really is a top quality Donkey Kong game. And you mentioned that, Player 2, you had mentioned, you read an article that they're making another Donkey Kong, right, for the Switch?
Yes, I heard that they're actually planning on making it, or if not already making it. So that'll be interesting.
Cool. Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Epic Mickey 2: The Power of 2. That is a game I haven't played, but I did dabble a little bit with the first one. And so it's kind of, they basically repeated the gimmick of the first one, which was really for like kind of the Wii, where you can paint stuff and fight with the paintbrush. That's kind of cool. It didn't appeal to me too much necessarily, but I did pick it up. Maybe one day I'll kind of play through it. Have you played through this?
No, I haven't actually. I think that they made a little paintbrush for it, didn't they?
Oh, maybe a special edition with like a paintbrush for the, I don't know, for the Wii maybe. For the like Wii nunchuck or whatever they call it, Wii controller. Alright, so here's two I think must-haves for the system. Hyrule Warriors and Zelda Wind Waker HD. So Hyrule Warriors, I'm sure most of you know what it is. It's basically Dynasty Warriors with Zelda characters.
I was actually surprised on this one because I wasn't expecting much and I was pleasantly surprised. It was a good game for me. I didn't buy it when it first came out, but I did buy it when on sale. I believe it was like $25 or $27, and I was pleasantly surprised. I enjoyed it.
I think it's a good game. And, I've been impressed with the Dynasty Warriors kind of Mushu Samurai Warriors fighting games that have been coming out. Are they cheesy? Yes. Are they extremely different each one? Obviously not. But if you're just trying to get kind of like fandom and, kind of fan service for a title or IP or characters that you like, it's kind of cool. It really is. And I think this one was a lot of fun. The one thing that bugged me was the lack of voice acting.
Yes.
I know that's normal, and that's kind of one of those point of contention between, I guess, hardcore fans or regular fans. But I think for a game like this, it just didn't fit right not to have voice acting and just have people grunting and making noises.
I completely agree. First of all, I'll just highlight that I love what they did with the design of Zelda. Her design with, excuse me, her design with the armor was fantastic. I love that she had like a battle armor.
I agree, and it's nice that she's kicking butt because we know Zelda can kick butt.
Oh yeah,
but she never gets the opportunity. Truthfully, Zelda really doesn't get the opportunity to do that.
No,
so I like
and,
that she did it.
And I would have loved to see like maybe a level or two in the new one where Zelda actually kicks butt.
Which one? Oh, the Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild, and I was disappointed. I know that she had voice acting, but I felt that Link should have had voice acting.
I didn't like the Zelda voice acting in the Breath of the Wild. Not the American one. The Japanese one sounds awesome.
The Japanese one is amazing.
I don't understand why they gave her an accent. I don't really get that.
I don't know if it was a localization, if they wanted to pitch it more to the Western culture.
In fact, those of you watching this, leave me a comment below if you like the voice acting in Breath of the Wild to Zelda. I know, again, for both of us, we kind of liked the Japanese voice acting was awesome.
Yeah, I love the voice acting.
But I didn't love the American one. Or the English accent or whatever. The Western one.
Yeah, so what I was trying to say was that I love the battle armor that she has. I love the play. I find and it's very cool to have her play with her own play style, her own fighting style, where she actually if I kind of make a good example, it's kind of like Sword Art Online, where Asuna, if I pronounce her name right, she has like more like a stabbing style.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, they did a good job of that. You feel like every character or most of them had their own unique style.
Exactly. Cool. So it's fun to play as her, and it's fun to play as some of the other characters. Of course, you always can play as Link, which is one of the the hero. But it is refreshing to play that. And Dynasty Warriors, I mean, it's a proven staple.
Yeah, it's just kind of a no-brain beat-em-up game. That's what it is. Zelda Wind Waker.
Oh, and by the way, they had more of the bosses in there than Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. Watch out, you can get some hate mail, man. So
I don't care. It's the truth. It's the truth. I mean, I would have liked more bosses.
I agree. Wind Waker, I haven't played this HD version, which I want to go back and play. I did play the GameCube version, the original, I guess. I think Wind Waker is like really a great Zelda game. It's hard to say one of the best or whatever, but I think it's a great Zelda game.
It is a great Zelda game.
I love the art style. I think that it looked awesome on the GameCube.
Here's the thing, guys. If you have not bought this on the Wii U and you have a Wii U, you should go out and get it because it really proves the test of times, because it actually looks fantastic, even on the Wii U, even on a current console, because the cell shading, I think that's what it's called, right?
I think so. That kind of like cartoony.
It really looks really good. In some cases, I would argue that it looks way better than Breath of the Wild. In some cases, because the cartoony look, to me, I enjoyed it. I know you might disagree with it, and some people might disagree. I enjoyed the cartoon look, and in some cases, to me, it looks better. I do like the first presentation that they showed for I think it was the Wii U, where they showed Link,
which never happened.
It looked like Unreal. It looked like they were using the Unreal engine.
Yeah.
So that looked dark and everything. That is my ideal look for Zelda. But anyway, this look, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed I don't know if they did any updated coloring or graphics. I think
they updated it like to 720p, and like one of the things that was kind of hard to deal with last time was when you were driving.
When you were
in the ocean.
Yeah, they actually shortened the length of time that you actually are on the boat, getting from one place to another. But it does look great. I was completely surprised at how good it looks, even on the Wii U. So it's proven itself to last. It'll probably last even longer if they port it to the Switch. It'll probably be a great game too.
Maybe. I definitely think both of those games are a must, especially for Zelda fans.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Alright, so the next two games we have here are Zelda Breath of the Wild for the Wii U and Mario Kart 8. So I actually bought this when it came out because I figured it would be rare, maybe because it was the last Wii U game or one of the last Wii U games. I played quite a bit of it on the Wii U. I was extremely angry that they actually removed different features just to match the Switch. Specifically, the idea of looking at a map and on the Wii U gamepad. But it is Nintendo, so be it. However, again, I stopped. I got right before the first boss in the Wii U version, and I decided to say, you know what? I'm not gonna continue playing. I'm gonna wait till I get a Switch many years later. And as you know, if you watch our Pick Us video, my family was kind enough to surprise me with a Switch. They all kind of pitched money in and bought me a Switch. So I ended up, and I have the collector's edition or limited edition of the Switch version of Breath of the Wild. Long story short, I think it was a disappointing game, unfortunately. There's a lot of good stuff. It treads a lot of new territory, not in gaming wise, because everything that's was done has pretty much been done already. But as far as Zelda is concerned, obviously we haven't had an open world like this before. But I think it was extremely overrated. Unfortunately, that's just what it is. I felt that they had the opportunity for this story, probably more than ever before, to really make it something impactful, to really touch on the aspects of like even the love relationship between Zelda and Link. This could have been the one to really push that forward, and it fell short. And like Player 2 said, obviously the lack of true meaningful bosses, you know, unfortunately I was disappointed. But it was fun to play, I'll admit it. It was a great game. It was a fun game to play.
It is a great game. It is a great game to play. As far as if you have a Switch, that is kind of like a must-have.
As well. I think everybody should just play it. That's fine if you have a Switch special.
It is a fun game. However, it is what they say, like open air, which there's just sprinkles of monsters here and there, and it's basically open. But my biggest gripe was that Ganon was reduced to kind of like a feral beast.
Yeah,
where before he had like more like a backstory or even intelligence. This was kind of like a feral beast. And the bosses, to me, they were kind of lame. They didn't have originality.
No,
not like other monsters were in the previous Zelda games. They look wonderful. They have like, I would say like almost like a culture to them. And in this one, it was kind of like they all kind of look repetitive, even though they had their own.
No, but I agree. The four main so-called dungeons. The four main bosses were pretty much the same. They really didn't offer anything. Right now, I'm almost done with Link to the Past. I've been playing it on the
Super. God.
Yeah,
you're talking about
exactly
my favorite Zelda game.
Well, I'm almost done with playing it again on the SNES Classic, and it blows my mind. I love every boss. Every boss is something a little bit different, and it's just fun, man.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I always compete with the Link to the Past and the original Legend of Zelda and Legend of Zelda 2
Time
or Ocarina of Time. Those to me are like the most treasured Zelda games and the one in the Game Boy, but I'm sorry, the Game Boy Advance. But I would say that yes, that's what it was lacking. It was lacking those monsters, those different type of bosses. You kind of get a lot of repetition, and those mini dungeons really don't
They're not even dungeons. They're puzzles. They're like little puzzles. Is what
they don't offer. I mean,
games.
When you play like something like A Link to the Past, and you get those dungeons that, besides the fact that you get new weapons, but those monsters that like you have the monster that's all eyes. You have the one that has 3 heads, one that's fire, one that's worm. You get the worm, one that's fire, one that's ice with the monster with the 2 heads. You have other ones. It just looks amazing. And then after all that, you go to the Dark World, and you enjoy even more. I mean, it's fun. So I don't want to go into a rant in regards to Breath of the Wild because I still think it's a good game.
I think it's a good game too. I just don't think it's not what people have wanted to love it just because loving nostalgia and not really thinking about it, I think, objectively.
I do want to say it's about time. These two, Link and her, needs to hook up already.
They kind of hinted at it, but again, they fell short of what it could have been. But whatever, let's move on because we'll be on that all day.
Yeah, I love talking about Zelda. I mean, I really do love it. It's something I grew up with, so it is a must play if you have a Wii U or a Switch. However, I do disagree with the whole 10 out of 10, but it is a good play overall.
All right, so Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8. If you like Mario Kart, you're gonna like Mario Kart 8. That's
I
the
will
truth.
say that this is one of the racing games that I actually enjoy. I know Player One is always pitching to me racing games, so
Mario Kart has their formula down, right? It's just,
they do.
It works, man.
They
it
do.
works every time.
It's a proven staple that has worked throughout all the Mario Karts.
And in fact, here's my story with this. I started playing a little bit of this. Again, remember, I got into this a little late. Then I heard the Switch was coming out, and then I waited, and then it turns out now, obviously, we have the Mario Kart 8 Plus. So I haven't continued playing because Mario Kart is one of the few racing games that when I play, I unlock pretty much everything. I did it on the 3DS with Mario Kart 7, and I want to do it with 8. So I'm waiting for Mario Kart 8 Plus, or whatever they call it, the full complete edition on the Switch, to be a little bit cheaper because, again, I'm not a fan of paying $60 for the same game ported. But I'm waiting for maybe a sale and hopefully Black Friday to pick it up on the Switch. But if you don't have a Switch, or you want to know what games are good, obviously Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U is going to be a happening thing.
It's a must-have, and for me, to tell you guys, some of the games you must have on the Wii U are like Mario Kart, Zelda games, some of the Mario games. It's just, I mean, it is the Nintendo IP.
And you know, we tend to be Player 2 and I very cynical on Nintendo because frankly they do a lot of things that are just not good, I think, for the consumer and for the fans. But when you really look at Nintendo's library, they got some great IPs.
I'll put it this way.
They have some great IPs, man.
I'll put it this way. It's like watching Spider-Man and Batman. For example, I'm sure all you guys will agree, Batman has one of the best amount of villains there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you have the Joker, Two-Face, Riddler.
You can go on Clayface, even the ones that you don't see often, like Clayface. I forgot the puppet, the guy with the little puppet.
Yeah, you have you have also Toyman. You have
so
many villains. Mr. Freeze, and Spider-Man 2 has a ton of villains, so I equate that kind of like Nintendo. Nintendo is kind of like Batman or Spider-Man. They have a ton of IPs that are fantastic that you could just make countless sequels to that are just fantastic. They don't get old.
If done right.
If done right, of course. But they have stumbled on the way. I will tell you, they're doing way better with the Switch as far as bringing more selection now, but it is Nintendo.
They saw money.
Yeah, of course, but it is
because they screwed Wii U owners. You gotta admit, they screwed people who bought a Wii U. They didn't give them anything. They didn't give them a Metroid. They didn't give them a Zelda. They didn't do anything. And the Star Fox that they gave you was frankly garbage.
And mind
it wasn't
you,
good.
When we say they didn't give you a Zelda, that Zelda was pretty much for the Switch.
Yeah, well, that Zelda, even if they say it was for the Wii U, by the time it came out, it was for the Switch already. It's a Switch game. It's no longer really a Wii U.
Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah, they have some rich IPs that I wish they could do, and I'm glad that they're starting to invest in that finally. But we'll see how it goes.
All right. So here we have two more games: Nintendo Land and Pikmin 3. Nintendo Land, unfortunately, I don't have the cover. Obviously, I got in a buy to give them a free situation, which was selling for like 99 cents a day in GameStop. But the point is, it's kind of a simple, almost like Mario Party game, but it's a little bit more clever. You obviously use the typical the typical Nintendo thing. You have your little avatars, and you can play with people. But it's kind of a really for kids or for like a party game, typical Wii stuff back in the last generation. Pikmin 3, I haven't even opened it, as you can see. It's a brand new cover. But Pikmin has always been one of those games that's interesting to me. I like the idea of using all little characters. I'm a big fan of that game Overlord. Have you ever played that?
I have, many years ago.
And I loved Overlord. Now, Overlord is a little bit more mature than what you're going to get in Pikmin. But I like the idea of having like a little army of people moving around. So one day I'll get to Pikmin 3. Just haven't yet. Let's see what else we got. Alright. Here are two more. Here's a Rodea Sky Soldier and Sonic Lost World Deadly 6 Bonus Edition. Oh man. So this one's kind of interesting. It's not a great game, but if you're going to pick this game up, because it's also available on the Wii, make sure you pick up the Wii U edition and the one that has both copies, because it actually comes with a Wii game. And it's really meant for the Wii. It's not a great looking game and it doesn't look great on the Wii U. But if you're going to play it, the motion controls are actually kind of nice. So check that out on the Wii. Alright, and Sonic the Lost World, it's Sonic game.
Yeah, so what I'm going to say is that this actually was an enjoyable Sonic game for me. I liked it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah?
I know there's a lot of
people that would disagree with you.
I know, but you know, I like Sonic. To me, it's always been one of those games that I've enjoyed throughout my playthrough, as far as being a child and adolescent and grown up.
Well, here's a question: do you like this kind of direction of Sonic? Let's see if it has a picture back here. There's kind of like 3D-ish, kind of with bosses and everything. Or do you like the Sonic Mania, like more the original Genesis Sonic?
I like them both. I will tell you. Of course, I will always like the original Sonic look, or just kind of like Sonic Mania. But I think my best Sonic is the Sonic on the Dreamcast. Okay. It is. That's Sonic.
What is that? Sonic Adventure? Is that the official?
Yeah, it just completely blew me away when I first played it, and I enjoyed it. The actual soundtrack was there.
Oh, the soundtrack is awesome.
The soundtrack is amazing. The gameplay is awesome. I mean, it is the definitive
Super
Sonic.
It was like Super Saiyan
Sonic. Yeah. When I
awesome.
saw that the first time, it blew my mind. Sonic, Gold Sonic, and I just enjoyed it. I mean, to me, that is probably my favorite Sonic, because of everything that it brought to the table, versus the older first Sonic. Although the older first Sonic, it does compete with that, but
yeah, for me it's kind of hard. I like the old Sonic because I feel nostalgia, but I kind of agree. If I had to go play one more Sonic for the rest of my life, I'd play that one, the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
First of all, I love the Dreamcast, and I was like one of those losers that would take the little Chi-Chi or Chibis or whatever they call them on the little memory card, so I could feed them and do that. I used to love doing that kind of stuff.
Well, I will tell you, now that I think about it, because I've played Sonic Mania, the soundtrack in the original Sonic is memorable. It's also great. It's just hard for me to differentiate which one I like the best, but I think I lean towards the Dreamcast version a little bit more. But
well, here's a question: did you like Sonic Mania?
Yes, of course.
You like the direction. Oh, now what about this new Sonic Forces? Because they're both similar but very different, obviously.
I have to see a little bit more Sonic Forces, so I'm hoping it turns out to be a good Sonic. But I do like the way the Sonic Forces looks. But I'm gonna reserve judgment till then.
Okay, makes sense. All right, so here are two more games. You can center that. Here are two more games, two Mario games, and we're talking about Nintendo IPs. Pretty much, you can't go wrong with a Mario game. It's gonna be somewhat fun for somebody, right? So in this case, we have Super Mario U, and this edition is the one that has the Luigi version. So this is the one that you need to get that has both the Mario U and the Luigi U. Which the Luigi U is just, you play through the whole game again with a little bit more variety in the levels. You can play as Luigi, but also Luigi plays completely different. And it's actually quite interesting how each one, this one's Luigi's faster, he's kind of sloppy, slides a lot. But the gameplay feels like a whole different game. It's kind of cool. Versus Mario's more the typical Mario you're used to.
I will tell you this much. I still do. I love Luigi. He's my favorite character. I think he's one of the most underappreciated heroes. Because, of course, Mario takes the cake because he is the main hero, but Luigi, to me, is my favorite character.
Luigi's awesome. He's like kind of a cool guy.
Yeah, I love it. I even love to play him in Super Mario Kart. And I love the Luigi stare.
Yeah, scary stare.
Yeah, so it is fun to play. And this is a great game.
Super Mario 3D, yeah.
Yeah, this is a great game to play with friends. I mean, it's
Four
fun.
players.
Yep.
Again, Nintendo has that, and that's something we have to give them. They do that couch co-op. That's what I love, and it's great. You know, Player 2 and I, we're going to give you a little bit of a spoiler of our next pickup. I picked up Diablo 3, the Ultimate Evil Edition.
Oh, yeah, we've been playing
the heck out of that, man. It's fun to sit down next to each other and have a game to play. And Super Mario World is like that. It's a great game I think that any age could enjoy.
Yeah, and for you guys that don't know, we were actually, at one point, when we picked up Diablo 3, we were actually looking for another game to play couch co-op, and apparently they had a deal at GOG for Shadow Warrior 2, and we actually thought about picking it up, and I said, I'm gonna buy it because my PC is pretty good, so I'm gonna buy it so we can play. And it turns out there's no local co-op, there's no couch co-op, none of that. There's not even a LAN option. It's just multiplayer. So we were like, I guess we'll wait a little bit longer.
That it came on sale.
Yeah.
And none of us have you played Diablo 3 before?
No, I haven't played Diablo 3.
So I've been enjoying it.
Yeah, we've been enjoying it, so it's fun. But that's moving on the side note. But yeah, these are a staple, and you guys gotta get them if you have a Wii U.
Yeah, pretty much essential games to pick up. And again, make sure you pick up the version that has both of those. Alright. So the next two games I'm going to put up here.
Oh, yeah.
Super Mario Maker and Wonderful 101. So I didn't have this at first, but I got it I think because of you were talking about, you picked it up and you loved it, and it made me kind of want to pick it
let
up.
me tell you, I had seen this game on shelves many times, and I had never imagined how fun it would be and how great it is, because it's just the lore, and basically they're copying like Power Rangers and a whole bunch of other heroes, but the amazing part is that you could have over 100 heroes with you, and they form these weapons, giant hand or giant sword and so forth as you progress in the game. But it's just the actual how funny and how it makes fun of superheroes and the lore is just great, and it is a wonderful game. As far as graphics and so forth, it's great to see them from both a long point, a zoomed out point where you have a ton of heroes with you, to a close up. It is a wonderful game, and it's a must-have for the Wii U. You won't be disappointed.
And it actually looks really nice.
It looks real nice, and that's what I was trying to say, that the graphics and everything is there. At least my take with Super Mario Maker, I enjoy it, but I really couldn't get into Super Mario Maker. I know that Player One has got into it.
Yeah, because I like building the maps. I think the one thing that is disappointing is, first of all, the server. The thing about uploading your own course, I think that's awesome. It's cool to play people's stuff, but it's really hard to find things to play in. So if you've ever used the online for the course finder or whatever, there's just so many. It's not well organized. It's hard to find good ones. And then beyond that, shortly after the game came out, I think not even like 8 months or a year, people found out that their courses were already being deleted off the server. So it's gonna be sad that all that stuff is deleted and you won't have a way to share it. But it is a cool game. I think it's great for kids. You know, if you have kids, it's nice to. It's kind of like playing with Legos. I think it builds creativity. You're kind of working on something that's exciting. You're building stuff.
I will tell you, this is something I told Player One when I first saw it. I looked at it and I said, "This is how easy it is to make a Mario game."
A 2D, yeah.
Yeah, 2D Mario. Not to say that Nintendo has it easy, but they do have the tools to make a Mario game.
Oh yeah.
So it is.
Like we were just talking about Super Mario U. It's basically the same thing. It's just that's what they're using. That's the engine they use. You just click and drop.
Yeah.
You know?
So
drag and drop.
So it is.
The real magic comes from those that know how to make levels that are good. But for the most part, it's drag and drop.
It is true, but I mean, I could never get into the game. I enjoyed it, but I played it for a little bit and then I couldn't get into it.
What I'm really disappointed is that I'm dying to get the original cover, man. The original cover comes like this cardboard box with like a little manual. I'm dying to get that. I want to get that, but I don't want to have to buy like a new version of it to get it. So that's kind of
I can completely understand.
All right, so here are actually my final 3. Like I said, it's not a huge collection, but I'm kind of happy with what I got. And that's I put it backwards, I think. Oh well. Zombie U, Yoshi's Woolly World, and Xenoblade Chronicles. Zombie U it could have been a great game. Like so many games out there, it could have been a great game. I am waiting, and I'm telling you, I am waiting. I'll tell you again, I am waiting for the good zombie game with a story or at least action gameplay. Give me the Call of Duty version of action military shooter, but in a real, like in a zombie kind of real life setting where it has a story. Or even something like this where you're surviving. Perfectly fine. This is one of the reasons why I really got into State of Decay for a while before I realized it wasn't that great. It got real repetitive. But this is like a game that could have been awesome. But I think they ruined it with the rogue aspects where you die and you kind of lose everything. I don't know what it is about those games, those Dark Souls type games. I get it that they're awesome, but you shouldn't. I guess you can do whatever you want as a publisher or developer, but man, I feel like cheated. This game actually looks pretty good, and you play it, and it has some cool moments. But I hate the aspect of like dying.
I would add that there should be an option for you to choose that in the game, because I love Dark Souls, and it's one of my top favorite games. I love the architecture, the world, the lore, but I would like at least an option to go an easy mode. I
just want to feel easier. Like it's like an adventure game, right?
Because,
not like a
yes, exactly. Because I want to look around and I want to have fun. I don't want to have. I just sometimes it's so hard that it makes me just put the game down for a while and then I'll come back to it later. But yeah, I haven't played Zombie U, so I guess
I would check it out. And, we should play it because they have a cool mode where you could do like a co-op mode, and I think one person on the gamepad puts traps for, it's like a tower survival or tower defense. One person puts traps and I think the other one tries to survive, something like that. We should play it. I haven't played much of it. Yoshi Woolly World, again, another platformer. It looks beautiful. It's one of those like nice cartoon Nintendo games. I don't think it's on the same level as some of the Mario games, but it's one of those games that you should own on the Wii U. It's just a fun game.
It is a fun game. It's
the
just
amiibo is awesome for it, like that little yarn amiibo.
Yeah, well, that's what it looks like. It looks like those old style. I'm gonna probably say that if you guys are old enough or maybe young enough, you might still know. But I don't know if you guys ever seen Gumby.
Oh, Gumby, yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like kind of like not. It looks kind of like that, where that old style. Where it looks like yarn, or it looks like there's actual
like
items,
like Play-Doh or
like Play-Doh, kind of looks like that. But it is fun. It's a fun game, and it's a very nice game.
It's a nice looking game, and these games, I think, if you're an adult playing this, for the most part, you're just kind of hanging out. You're chilling. Maybe you're with a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, or you're just kind of relaxing when you get through something that's peaceful. That's not you're killing somebody for whatever reason. So that's that. Xenoblade Chronicles X. All right, so
this, to me, has a great story.
It's a very interesting story. I don't know how far you got into it.
I haven't beat it, so I can't really give my review on it. But so far, I guess when I say it's a great story, I love the intro and I love the premise.
I think it's cool.
That it's, I don't want to give too much away, but that basically they're the last humans.
Yeah, you can say, yeah. They kind of crash land on this planet, and that's it. They're gonna try to terraform it and live there. And it's kind of a weird thing because there's something messed up about you taking over and killing all the animals. Kind of like I'm taking over this planet, but at the same time, it's kind of what's left of the humans. And there's some mystery. I'm not gonna reveal what happens, even in the early parts of the game, because it surprised me. But I started playing that game and I actually put it down about a month ago. Not because it was horrible. It can get a little bit stagnant, especially in the beginning. I am told that when you get the mech warrior, I forgot what they call
things
them.
change.
Things change. It becomes awesome. But it can get a little slow in the beginning. That's kind of kept me back. I like the combat though. I for some reason the combat is not, I don't think it's super sophisticated necessarily, but it does have some strategy you need to have. And I like it. It's just something about it that's kept me a little bit slow on it. I'm still not loving it. I don't know why. But I want to come back and get to at least a mech and see if it's true what people say. I'll say this though. What an incredible open world game. Especially for the Wii U, in the sense, like, I like all the creatures. You can see the creatures walking from that. This is what I'm looking for in a Zelda game, where like you see a huge monster on one side of the map, and as you're walking, yeah, it kind of pops in, but you see all kinds of varied creatures. Wherever you look, there's some kind of different kind of creature. I really like the open world. I think it feels like a living world. So I kind of like that. The graphics aren't great, whatever. It's kind of like an older game.
Yeah, but you know what?
But
I would say that the graphics are pretty good compared to, for the Wii U. I think that the graphics,
possibly. I think maybe at 1080p it would look nice, which is not. It's like 720 or less. I don't know. It does have something weird that you guys may not notice. I discovered it by mistake. A first-person mode. So it's kind of weird because you can run around in first person, and it's useless because you don't even see your hands. Like you can't see your gun or anything. But if you just want to run around the world and jump and stuff, it's kind of cool. So. Alright, I think that's it. That's my Wii U game collection. If you have any suggestions on games that I picked up that I've missed out on, please let me know, because I think this is the time that we should all be trying to collect Wii U games. Because with the Switch out, the Wii U is pretty much dead. It's kind of sandwiched. It's going to be sandwiched in history between the Wii, that sold, I think, more copies than the Xbox 360 and the PS3, and the Switch, which is looking to be very successful. So I think it's one of those consoles that's going to be forgotten. That unfortunately is like the Dreamcast that had potential, but it wasn't realized. My
impression of the Wii U is that it's going to be like a hidden gem. Many years from now, somebody is going to look at it and people are going to be like, oh, the Wii U. And then they're going to try to get these games again. I will tell you that I've gone to stores and I see a lot more Wii games than I see Wii U games.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's sad because it's kind of like how I feel with the PS Vita. I'll go inside the store and I'll see a lot more 3DS games than I see on the PS Vita, and they're hard to collect.
They're hard to collect, and I think it's going to become harder. So please, if you have any suggestions for any of us to games that you haven't seen here that we should get, let us know. And if you enjoy the video, please, hit a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. I think next we should do another collection video. I'll see what I haven't shown up yet on the channel. Whoa, sorry for that bad cut. I completely forgot to include these two games. Probably forgot because I haven't opened them. Basically, I have Captain Toad Treasure Tracker and Zelda Twilight Princess HD. So the Treasure Tracker is basically like a platformer 2D/3D. It has some interesting mechanics. I haven't really gotten to play it. I've only seen gameplay online, but it does come with an amiibo in this version of it, so it's kind of cool. And Zelda Twilight Princess, I don't know how everybody else feels about it, but it's one of the Zelda games that I really liked. And I didn't beat it I started it on the Wii, and I didn't quite beat it. I almost got to the ending, and I forgot why I didn't get around to finishing it.
I love the game. I thought it was one of the great Zelda games.
Well, and that's something that I really want to see the ending, because was the ending good?
I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, I like the ending, and I like I like kind of the twist that you have.
Well, that's what I've been interested in, and it's been so many years I really don't remember much of the game. So I want to go back and play it again on the Wii U, and I will do that. Though I also don't want to open the packaging, so I'm kind of, I don't know, in between about that. But I guess that's it for me. You got anything else, Player 2?
That's pretty much it. Like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you guys think, and keep an eye out. We'll be doing another pickups.
Yeah, collection. Oh, we should do a pickup soon. We got some stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, cool.
So, see you guys later. This is Player 2.
This is Player 1, signing out.
Later.
Thanks for watching.